So did it disappear now?
No.
You have to click on got it.
Got it.
Oh.
Where do I click on that?
Okay, got it.
Oh, you click on it. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Nina. Oh, Nina is here.
Hi guys.
Are you in New York now, or?
No, I'm calling from the lounge in the airport in Washington, DC.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just I'm in just to say hello to everybody, and I need to go soon because our flight is in like 45 minutes. So we need to check in and go to New York. So I will confirm our meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 12:30.
Yeah, sure.
We're
Okay.
having
so-
lunch with Nina at thank you. Nina is a member of our Grassroots Peacemaking Club.
Yeah.
And her father has been a member for many years in Belgrade's Rotary Club.
Yeah.
Okay, nice seeing you. Hope you don't miss the plane.
Hope so. Okay.
Ciao, Nina.
Ciao, ciao.
Hi, Nina. Mhm.
Kai.
Nice
Wow.
to meet
Здравствуйте.
you. Nice to meet you. You know what a life we have now with Zoom or MS Teams, whatever. Just like a visit. Here you are in New York, then you're in Washington, DC. I invited Bill Borum, San Diego. What about Rudy Westerwer? Is he coming? That is San Francisco.
I haven't.
And here you have Vladivostok, the Eastern Pacific coast, the West Eastern, the Eastern Atlantic coast. Mamma mia.
Yeah. Hello, Helen.
Helen,
Unmute
Helen.
yourself.
your microphone.
You don't look like Helen.
No.
Hello, everybody. I'm Helen Reisler.
Helen is also a she's a past district governor in my district and a past president of the Rotary Club of New York and a past UN representative for Rotary International.
Nice to see you all. Hi, Sandra.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Oh, Irv, yeah. Yeah, you and Helen know each other from before.
Oh, yeah.
Irv, how are you? I just realized it was you. How are you?
Oh, fine. What are you doing Saturday night?
This is Friday.
Hi,
I know.
hi, Jan.
I know.
See you, Helen.
I'm seeing people I know here.
Okay, do you expect more people to join us, Evgenia? Okay, maybe we can start the meeting then. It's being recorded, but I will edit out all the nonsense in the beginning. So
I don't think it's nonsense. It's important, especially right now.
yeah, no, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. So anyway, we had a great conversation in our meeting on January 8th, and I think we brought up some very interesting issues, and we got to know each other and so on, and we all agreed that we should meet again. And Evgenia said that she wanted to bring in some other Rotarians from Russia, which are now here. So maybe we can start with Evgenia introducing the Rotarians from Russia, and I will introduce the Rotarians from the other Rotarians, and that way we get to know each other.
Well, I could notice, and correct me if I'm wrong, only 1, 2, 3, 4. Я только 4 насчитала наших. И сейчас я вас раз кратко представлю на английском языке. Let's start with the lady. Oh, actually, there are 2 ladies. She's here, my president of the club this year. And next year, she will go a little bit higher. She will be one of the assistants of the directors or the governor of the the district governor. Then the second lady who was sitting with the iPhone and the muted microphone, she's somewhere, today is Saturday, many people rushed out of the city. She's somewhere on her way to the country house to have a nice rest with her family. So she is a member of our club. She is from Vladivostok, and she is working as we say, some administrative bureaucrat. So she works for the Primorsky Krai government. Then we have Oleg Isaev and Vadim Serkov, two gentlemen. Vadim, just like me, is my colleague. He belongs, he is a scientist, and he works in the scientific Center for Marine Biology. And my foreign languages department that teaches all the postgraduates of the Academy of Science in the Russian Far East is located in this building. Actually, we are in the same, I have a nice module of 1, 2, 3, 5 rooms with the computer class and all that. So we are nicely located in the building of this Center of Marine Biology. But the postgraduates from all the academic institutes come to me and we teach them English. And the last person, Oleg Isaev, is a businessman. We are all from Vladivostok, but the club that was formed, we are the World of the Peace Club of Vladivostok. And we were formed, we are an offshoot from my and our Yelena mother club, Vladivostok Eco Rotary Club. I was one of the initiators 25 years ago. Now we decided to form a brand new club. It's a regular club, regular that we are not a club, but still some 5 members are living in the Far East, like in Khabarovsk, and one I think in one in Moscow, but she is from Sakhalin. When she asked me to take her in, I couldn't possibly say no. And the other, she lives both in Sochi and Moscow, moving from here, but all her life she lived in Sakhalin, Sakhalinsk Rotary Club. She moved there. Now she's in our club.
Okay, Evgenia, I need to go. I need to say goodbye to everybody. And,
I'm sorry.
Excuse me for interrupting you, please. Sorry, but
It's okay.
I hope from next week when I get to Belgrade, I could be on our meetings regularly. This
Okay.
a good timing due to all the things here. So goodbye, everybody, and Mets, Sandra, we see each other tomorrow, right?
We see you for lunch tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
The first but not the last time, definitely.
So Nina is also a PhD.
Yeah.
Well, and one member is in Hakodate, Japan. She used to be my colleague together in Vladivostok, but now she is teaching the Japanese students there at the university. But still, we are the regular club, not an electronic club, but we are brand new in terms of the World Peace Club. I call us, we are the peacemakers. We would like to work for peace. That's this is our mission. This is my club, but the members are very mobile, as you can see.
Okay, thank you, Evgenia. And I can start with Irv Kaplan. I'm looking at my screen. I'm starting from the left to the right here. Irv, I've known Irv for many years, and Irv is from Chicago, and he is a past district governor as well, but he is also in charge of Paul Harris's grave. And he's very much involved with, he is basically in charge of, more or less in charge of restoring Paul Harris's home. He's
Raise
been-
him. Raise your
Yeah.
hand.
And he is also the chair of Rotary Global History Fellowship. So this is a great guy and a very dear friend of mine. And of course, Ed
Позвольте мне представить очень кратко Ирва. Я попросила его поднять руку, чтобы вы увидели, кого сейчас представляют. Он давний друг нашего Мэтса, и он его сказал Эрв. Очень трудно было различить, но вот мы поняли. И вот в прошлом это также человек, который занимается интеллектуальной работой и пишет, и многое другое делает. Ну вот сейчас он, как вы видите, занимается Rotary из Чикаго.
Yeah, and then we have Ed Thompson, who is
Hi.
of course we classmates of me and Yevgenia, and he is a key person is a leader in the district around Winnipeg, and his wife is also a past district governor. So Ed and Elaine are, and then we have Mikhailo Kodjevic.
Just a second.
Михаил.
Позвольте представить Эда
Михаил, yeah.
Томпсона.
Okay,
Он из Виннипега, канадец. Он также, как
Not much,
некоторые из
not
нас,
Yeah.
ну, мы называем пас, я называю экс-дистрикт губернатор округа. I say not past, but ex in Russian. Экс-губернатор одного из округов. Мы с ним знакомы давно и очень часто встречались. Он спросил, не знаю ли я Татьяну, но я не знаю, какую Татьяну. У нас много Татьян. Попытаемся найти для него Татьяну во Владивостоке. I introduced you, including Tatiana, that we are all will be looking for Tatiana when you send me a...
Okay, so Mikhailo.
Mikhail. Don't this make confusion to Evgenia.
Mikhail, okay.
I won't. Позвольте представить, мы до вашего прихода изгалялись над именем Михайло. Серб
Mikhailo, yeah.
объясняла мужской и женский род. Михаил, ну, Л и А, мужской и женский. Он говорит, не надо путать, не вноси путаницу.
Sandra and I got to know him through our common friend, North Korean common friend, Jong-sik Cha, and because he was in Belgrade for 8 years, and then he came to Stockholm for 3 years, and but when we eventually met in Belgrade, that's how we got to know each other. And Michaelo, his father was very close to Tito, and he grew up in that environment of leadership in Belgrade, and is a mining engineer, and he has become a Rotarian in our club and visit the Belgrade Rotary clubs, and is very active in the peacemaking, especially between North and South Korea and North Korea and America. But we also, he's very knowledgeable about every situation in the world.
Ну, позвольте, это он рассказывает, кем является Михаил или Михайло Косович. Ну, после тех событий в Югославии он очень высокое положение занимал. Ну, в общем, он в Америке живет, давний друг, также занимается, я имею в виду Мэтса Ингемансона, миротворчеством. Он участвовал в миротворческой деятельности между Северной и Южной Кореей. Точно так же большой работой занимается по миротворчеству в части Северной Кореи, в Соединенных Штатах. И если какие-то вопросы, он может очень многим помочь. Михаил Косович.
And then we have my wife, Sandra Lee, who we all know, I think. She is a past president of the Rotary Club of Yonkers, East Yonkers, and she has been a very good support for me in everything I've done in Rotary. So, and she...
Thanks to her.
Thanks to her, yes, absolutely. Exactly.
Позвольте теперь представить Сандра Ли. У нее, как и у нас с мужем, разные фамилии. Сандра Ли Ингемансен. Она супруга Матса Ингемансен. I said, Sandra, like me, my husband and I, we have different family names. That's what I said. But no,
Oh, and
она,
also an artist.
ну, это можно объяснить тем, что у меня имя уже сделано, создано как у художника. Да, она прекрасно рисует, поэтому она сохранила свое имя по этой причине. Жена и верная подруга, и я просила, благодаря ей, он говорит, мы с ней много сделали, она мне помогает. Я сказала, только благодаря ей добиться всего того, чего ты добился. Они засмеялись.
And then we have Helen Reisler, who we have known each other as long as I've been a Rotarian. I joined the Rotary Club of New York. She's still in that club. And she was the first woman president in 2001. And she ended up during 9/11 to be the president for the Rotary Club of New York. And then so that was we had, that's how we became well known around the world. Actually, I was in charge of the website for the Rotary Club of New York when that happened. And then she went on to become district governor, and I was her district secretary when that happened. And we've been working together in many ways. We've been together on the Rotary, on the breakfast meeting at the United Nations, and also she has been the delegate, Rotary International delegate to the United Nations also. So.
Ну и позвольте представить Хелен Райзлер. Вот она с 2000-х годов знает ее Мэтс в Нью-Йорке. Они вот именно создали этот клуб Junkers East, называется у них их клуб. И она несколько лет была президентом, а он помогал ей, вел сайт. Потом он рассказывал, что она была и президентом, он потом пошел на губернаторство. Ну, свою карьеру Мэтс сравнивал с тем, что они с Хелен очень много сделали для Ротари именно вот в Нью-Йорке. Тоже нацелены на мир. И в этом плане он рассказывает, где они побывали. Во многих странах ездили и также выступали за мир, помогали содействовать. Также собираются по дням ООН, в организацию ООН, там по ноябрям, один день, посвященный Дню Объединенных Наций. Как делегаты от ООН ездили в прошлом по многим странам. Ну, вот такая жизнь вокруг миротворчества.
Yeah, and currently we work together on the past district governance council, which I'm the chair of, and the ethics district ethics committee, which she's the chair of.
Ну и сейчас Хелен Райзлер является председателем комитета по этике. Ну и они оба, как экс-губернаторы, Матс и Хелен, занимаются вопросами этики у себя в клубе и в округе.
Yeah, and next is Jan Brown, who is a past president of the Rotary Club of New York, and he is a very good immigration attorney. If you ever plan on immigrating to America, I recommend his services. He will give you...
Ну, вот кого нам предлагают. Позвольте представить Яна Брауна, вот слева от нас в углу. Он занимается, я уже вам говорила, иммиграционными вопросами, ну и не только ими. И пошутил Мэтс Ингемансен, если кто-то из вас когда-либо задумает об иммиграции, вы знаете, к кому обращаться.
I think he's sitting in his office right now, actually, ready to take on clients, I guess.
Actually, I'm home, but I suppose I should say that мы говорим по-русски в моем офисе.
Oh, you can speak Russian too, okay.
Вот когда секреты все выходят наружу. То есть Мац говорит, я думаю, он в своем офисе на работе сидит и ждет нового клиента. Он говорит, нет, я, в общем-то, не на своей работе, но когда я на своей работе, мы иногда говорим по-русски. И тут он заложил себя. Говорит по-русски.
К сожалению, я говорю немножко, но у нас есть другие люди в моем офисе.
Okay, very
Всегда добро пожаловать говорить по-русски. You're always welcome to speak Russian with us.
yeah. Okay, so Jan has also been active in our international breakfast meeting that we had, and he's been so. And then finally we have Gorad, who is from Slovenia. And
И Гораст в правом, он в Словении. Мы рады, что он в нашем клубе. Вот справа улыбается. Мгм.
and he's a member of our Grassroots Peacemaking Club, and he's also up at 2 o'clock, 2:27 in the morning. So that's together Mikhailov.
У него сейчас, как и у Михаила, 2 с чем-то ночи, поэтому они полусонные.
And his profession is to organize golf courses and prepare golf courses and build golf courses also, I think, in different parts of the world.
Ну, чем они занимаются? Can we say that this is a kind of a business?
Yes, that's his business.
Чем они занимаются? Я говорю, а можно ли то, чем они занимаются, назвать их бизнесом? Да, это их бизнес. Они занимаются гольфом. Поля для гольфа, гольфовые все обустройством этого дела. Так что вот это их бизнес.
Yeah, so I mean, that's everybody on my side. So now I guess we know each other.
We have another lady, Anna Kalina,
Okay.
from our club. She lives not exactly. Анна, мы вас можем увидеть? Если нет, я вас просто представлю. I asked her, can we see you? If not, then I just introduce you. She is a member of our club, but she lives in Primorsky Krai. It's a peninsula, and the place is called Bezverkhovo. It's a very nice place, and it is famous for the fact that Brinner's, you know, the Brinner actor, Jules Brinner, his grandpa, came from Switzerland and Germany.
Mhm.
The skipper Gek, the Jankowski from Poland, the first pioneers, trailblazers came to Primorsky Krai, and they started off development of that peninsula. That's where they live, and that's exactly where we installed one of our first peace poles. It's in the place where Anna lives.
Wow. That's so Jules Brenner actually his relatives originated from there.
He was born in Vladivostok.
Jules Brenner was born in Vladivostok.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm learning something new here. Okay, so
That's it.
yeah. So we have, I assume you have you all seen the recording of our previous meeting? And have you all seen the recording from our previous meeting? And my question is, do you have any questions regarding what we talked about last time?
I'm not sure I have read it, but I'm so pressed for time now with my work. I have not read it.
Okay.
Just in case, could you repeat and resend it a link to the recording?
I will send you the link to the recording. Yeah, but if okay, so basically what we talked about at the last meeting is that what we really are doing in our Rotary Club is to educate people that everybody wins with peace, everybody loses with war. It's I believe that it's very good to be challenged on that statement, because some people will say, well, that's not always true. Some people win with war and so on also. And I'd love to be challenged on that question. So if anybody has any doubts about that, I'd be happy to respond to that.
Я буду очень кратко, просто одну-две фразы, иначе мы так никогда не закончим. Я вам хочу показать и даже доказать, что есть люди, которые говорят, что мир должен быть ситуация, когда выигрывают все, мир для всех. А есть те, которые говорят, нет, а бывает и война, когда кто-то выигрывает. Так вот, именно это хочет доказать, как миротворец Мэтсон Гемансон, и мы вместе с ним, что от войны не выигрывает никто.
Yeah, because I don't believe that we. Was that a question or a statement? I heard something in Russian there. Was that a question or a statement?
I could not quite catch. Друзья, если можно, вот если вы не хотите что-то сказать, я предлагаю вам заглушить микрофоны, потому что все базовые задние звуки, кто ходит, все звуки, которые издаются, все слышно, это мешает. I suggested that if you're not going to my team, to my Rotarians,
Yes.
If you are not planning to ask a question or something, please mute your microphone.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that all the background noises could not be heard.
Yeah, maybe you can tell us about peacemaking activities in Russia that you are doing in your Rotary Club, if you want to do that.
I'll ask my president and then give you a briefing of what she said,
Okay.
because perhaps you're tired of me talking all the time.
Okay.
Он мне предложил следующее. Может быть, хотели бы с вашей стороны на этом заседании, уже втором совместном, сказать, что вы делаете в плане мира, достижения. Я предложила, чтобы выступил мой президент, очень кратко сказала, и я потом обобщу и абсолютно кратко им передам то, что вы сказали, минуту-две. И тогда будет, только вы не забудьте убрать микрофон. У кого-то из наших, Анна, это у вас, похоже, не выключен микрофон. Очень всякие звуки доносятся. А вы, когда начнете говорить, пожалуйста, кратко расскажите, а я потом кратко передам. Да. Вот только сейчас у вас появилось пересечен микрофон красной чертой. Это отключение микрофона. Пожалуйста, Лена.
О, блядь. У меня был включенный микрофон.
Я это поняла. И прошу, посмотрите, как у всех, чтобы пересечено было красной чертой. Микрофон пересечен вот такой. Это значит, он у вас был как-то отключен. И тогда все звуки в комнате не будут слышны. Только когда вы включите вновь, чтобы что-то сказать. Лена, а я даю слово вам, пожалуйста.
Я всех приветствую и очень рада, что мы с вами, как молодой клуб, учимся миротворчеству. Евгения Викторовна мне продолжит дальше?
Ну, я думаю, что Анна найдет когда-то, где надо выключить микрофон. И
давайте продолжать, да, уже.
Вот, все, ничего не делайте, у вас появилось только что.
Евгения Викторовна.
Да.
Да, я очень рада, что мы сегодня встречаемся и вновь учимся миротворчеству, я так сказала. И что мы в плане ответа, что мы делаем, хотелось бы перечислить несколько мероприятий. Первое. Естественно, мы устанавливаем опоры мира. Мы установили и продолжаем их устанавливать, вот, подхватив инициативу Rotary клуба в Портленде. Продолжить, да, дальше?
Да, полностью 2-3 минуты, и я потом переведу.
Хорошо.
Кратко.
Далее. Значит, мы проводим мероприятия по содействию в проведении в этом году в России объявлен год нематериальной культуры народов России. Мы содействуем, скажем так, вот проведению различного рода мероприятий. Планируем провести выставку предметов быта народов России и фестиваль между клубами, Ротари-клубами Владивостока. Ну, уже есть такой протокол намерений. Вот. И учимся, пока только учимся. И продвигаем идею миротворчества во всем нашем округе. Предлагаем создавать такие же миротворческие клубы. И как результат, это в России создана инициативная группа в Ижевске, в городе Ижевске. Инициативная группа с такой же миротворческой направленностью деятельности клуба. Я думаю, достаточно пока.
Угу. Ижевск. Ижевск, это, скажите мне, ближе европейская часть где? Примерно.
Да.
Где? Ижевск это...
Ну, в центральной части, это округ, я думаю, второй, регион
Это
второй.
Урал. Это
Рядом с
Урал.
какими крупными городами? Опорную точку дайте, реперную точку.
Ну, инициативная группа формировалась в Москве.
Well, just 3 points.
Okay.
Just actually, we were chartered in July. As an initiative group, we have been about a year, but we were chartered less than half a year ago. So what have we done and what have been doing all this time? First, we have been disseminating the information about this. Wherever we could learn, whatever we could learn, we spread it. And at the same time, we try from the very start, we were involved with Natalie, who, you know, her project, wonderful project, Peace Polls, with 4 or 8 languages on the faces of these polls. We installed 2 или 3 Peace Polls. Сколько мы столбиков установили?
3 of them.
У нас установлен 1 столбик, но 3 столбика, они готовы, вот весной мы будем их устанавливать.
So
на 8 языках.
Yes, one is installed exactly at the place where the Brenner and that place to commemorate it. That's where we started from. Russia starts from here, something like that, to commemorate those the languages where Finnish, Polish, Russian, and English, 4 languages. Russia, this is the country. English, the international language. Finland and Poland, Jankowski, and people who came from those countries. We'll continue doing that. And we have already prepared 3 more polls, and we have picked up 2 places and looking for the last 3rd. Will be 4. This year will be 4 peace polls. We are very grateful that we are working with Natalie. Second, this year is, Russia has such a tradition. It announces each year devoted to development something. This year we are living when we are developing the immaterial, that is intellectual, arts, culture, languages of small nations, native peoples. You may say Aborigines, but for Russian, we call them small area of dissemination of these people.
Mhm.
And we work along this line. By the way, Sandra, you might be interested in, we are planning a piece to symbolize that we are working for peace. We'll organize an exhibition. The painters will belong to those native people, first peoples, as you might say, and festival. That's what we are planning to do. In my club is going to be involved. And at the same time, point number 3, the last one, we are working in our district, trying to educate the peacemaking, but we are learning ourselves. What we learn, we share. And we were so eloquent that we managed to inspire a club in Ijevsk. Ijevsk, it's European part. You know, we are living on the eastern slopes of the Ural Mountains, range of mountains. This is on the western, right in the middle European part. Ijevsk is famous for its metalworks, metallurgy as an industry. An initiative group, they want to have a club of peacemakers. That's it.
So it's
Good.
yeah. So the peacemaking message is spreading across Russia, slowly but surely.
That's it.
Sandra, did you have something to say?
I was just wondering when this conference was going to be.
Когда конференция, вот этот фестиваль и выставка будут, Лена? Она ведь сама художник, вы понимаете ее интерес. I say Sandra is an artist. You understand she is interested.
When is the
I am your mouth. I'm your mouth.
Евгения Викторовна, возможно, это будет в летний период, когда и дети, и взрослые на каникулах и в отпусках. Предварительно вот мы этот период рассматриваем.
Июль-август.
Да, я думаю, да. И вот по Ижевску я хочу добавить, Евгения Викторовна, Ижевск — это столица Удмуртии, это действительно вот у нас регион номер 2.
Well, now the approximate time, it will be summertime, July or August, approximately. They have not decided yet. But you know, it's the time of rest, vacations, when people try to go out of town. But if you're interested, we'll let you know. And then Ijevsk, it's the Udmurtia, it's a national republic, also with a language of its own, and perhaps they also want to be peacemakers.
Wow. Anybody else has comments? Irv, do you have any comments?
Well, you know, I'm participating because I like to know everything that's going on in the Rotarians clubs. I like to know what's going on in the Rotary world. But primarily, I've been, since I've done I participate in all these things. Right now, I'm interested in exposing our Rotary history to all our Rotarians. And so that's where I'm at. Now, Paul Harris, I might add, we go back to recently, we have our first African-American lady coming in as the first African-American president for the first club of Chicago next July. And of course, she thinks this is special. And I understand that. But on the other hand, I need to just remind everyone that Paul Harris, from the very beginning, started an organization that gave no special consideration or treatment to race, nationality, religion, or anything you could think of. He knew right from the start that we should be a club of business and professional people, or let's say professional people, every kind that lives on earth, and that we should all be friends, develop fellowship, get together, and develop our common interests. So consequently, I do go back to Paul's concepts, and I feel that it's simply, if we just went back to the way he thinks and what he did and what he practices, those are the ingredients, without a doubt, for what we call peace, because it is impossible for us to not get along if we just recognize ourselves as all important, important human beings on the face of earth, and we have no choice. We should get along. I agree that together we can accomplish everything: health, education, food, friendship, you name it. I know we cannot accomplish anything by hitting each other over the head and giving everyone a bloody nose. That isn't the way it should be. So in other words, in my own way, I just simply go back to the beginning, to Paul's concepts. And I think that we should all study Rotary history, because Rotary history is what makes peace.
Yeah, actually, Paul said that Rotary stands for. Oh, sorry, you want to translate?
A minute or two.
Yeah,
Я
yeah.
очень стараюсь объяснить. Эрв Каплан, один из самых старейшин здесь присутствующих, сказал, и в Ротари в том числе тоже. И я предлагаю нам всем начать, я историк Ротари, и нам предлагаю вернуться к истокам Ротари. Из кого, да, мы занимаемся сейчас многими делами, и вот народности, и культура, и многое другое. Но Пол Харрис, если вы посмотрите на истоки, он не говорил, он наоборот уходил от этой темы. Ротари – это люди профессий, профессионалы и люди бизнеса, взрослые люди, которые понимают, что если они будут заниматься в своих профессиях, заниматься бизнесом, я не люблю это слово, если они будут в свою по профессиям дружить, вместе работать и в мире, потому что если они будут по башке стучать друг другу и носы впрочь разбивать, то есть жить в мире, вот это и есть мир. Самое лучшее, что я предлагаю, это лучше, он дважды, если не трижды повторил, вернуться к истокам Ротари, посмотреть, что говорил Пол Харрис, и это нам даст основное понимание, что такое жить в мире, как вместе. Мы взрослые люди, он говорит, наконец. Мы знаем, как поступать. Мы будем жить и в мире, и будем работать вместе, сообща, во взаимопонимании. По своим вот этим направлениям, как профессионалы и как люди бизнеса. Все.
Very nice. Paul said that Rotary stands for tolerance, and he
Absolutely, that's the word.
And he also said that the United Nations are founded on the same principles as Rotary.
И еще один момент. Вы на английском можете понять транслитерация tolerance, толерантность, терпимость. Вот это та база, на которой стоит и ООН, Организация Объединенных Наций. И, в общем-то, на этой опоре, на этой базе зиждется и Ротари, толерантность, терпимость. And understanding, I would add.
Yes.
Well, the door to Rotary is open to everybody, regardless. I don't have to keep repeating it. The door to Rotary is open. The door to friendship is open. The door to fellowship is open. And there are those of us that really cherish that. Like I said, I don't think we want to, I don't think we, and I don't know anyone that joins Rotary that thinks of harming another human being. I might add that when my new president is coming in to Rotary, and she says that, oh, it's great that a Black person would be coming into the club. What she doesn't know is the door was always open. Different cultures and what goes on, it's up to them to enter the door of friendship. The door is open all the time. Some people, I don't know, they think maybe the door was closed to them. It was never closed to them. That doesn't mean that there aren't members that have some bad thinking. That exists. But in general, oh yes, there are members like that. However, we know who they are. But those of us that walk through that door to be friendly and make friends and cherish each other and respect what's in the head rather than what's on the nose. I think we truly understand what love, friendship, and peace is all about.
Irv,
Очень-
the
Let's
history
let Evgenia translate here.
Russia in
I'm
in
sorry,
Rotary,
it's too long.
the history in Russia and Rotary, is that in your archives too?
I would wish I could live long enough to study everybody's history.
Well,
Ну,
I can answer that. Russian Rotarians are welcome to provide their history to our Rotary Global History Fellowship. Maybe now you can translate, Evgenia.
Well, my mother's passport is in the other room over here.
Your mother's passport, okay.
Yes, and it's stamped Russia.
Okay.
She
ну,
came here in 1916.
She came from Russia.
Yes.
So he is a son of a Russian mother.
But you see, I think of everyone as a human on earth. I don't want them to think they're just, what can I say, labeled and isolated where they're born.
Okay.
You're born on earth.
where did you
you
come?
belong to earth.
Where did you come from? The place in Russia.
I don't know. It doesn't say. I have the birth certificate. I mean,
Okay,
you know,
okay, I believe you. Later, you will take a magnifying glass and find that oh, little.
it doesn't say. I'll be happy to go get it and show you.
Anyway, you want to translate now, Evgenia?
I will. Ну, лишний раз они подчеркнули, что двери Rotary всегда были, есть и будут открыты для всех. Здесь никакой ни о цвете кожи, ни вероисповедании, ни о чем. Вот не так давно, вот в будущем к ним приедет одна первая президент из Африки, женщина, и так ждут, когда она приедет, но она должна была, она не знала о том, что она всегда могла приехать в любой клуб и так далее, и никто бы даже и глазом не моргнул. То есть подчеркивает, мы все, кто ротарианцы, мы за дружбу. Мы, конечно, он с другой стороны, люди, ну, каждый, они могут плохо думать. И мы даже знаем, кто у нас плохо думает. Но все, большинство подавляющее, прекрасные люди с открытыми сердцами, которые готовы идти навстречу. Ну и мы можем вам говорить и об истории Ротари у нас. Я лично, говорит Эрва, моя мама родом из России, то есть у меня русская половина, не знаю, какая, сколько крови течет. Спросила я, где, откуда. А не знаю, она мне не сказала. У меня есть свидетельство о рождении. Я говорю, ну, взять лупу и посмотреть. Там не написано. Ну, вот так вот мы пошутили. И Сандра сказала, что, ну, надо... мы будем говорить не только ведь о своей, мы и историю роты в России хотим. Ну, время еще будет. Вот как-то так.
Yeah. By the way,
I will send Matt a copy of that passport.
yeah. By the way, I was born 1 hour from Russia by plane in Sweden.
Plane?
Yeah,
On a
it's-
plane?
No. 1 hour. I was born in a place in Sweden that you can go from Russia to by plane in 1 hour.
I was born 1 hour by rocket ship.
By the way, our next president of the New York Rotary Club comes from Russia. Alex. Yeah.
Okay,
Они
Helen.
шутят. У них президент будущего года будет из России. Он говорит, я был рожден, он сам из Швеции. Как и мы, расстояние в часах лета считают. В 1 часе от России. Этот пошутил, в 1 часе всего. Ракеты от России. Ну, вот так.
Yeah. Did you want to say something, Helen?
Oh, I was just going to say, well, first, I just mentioned that the next president of our New York Rotary Club comes from Russia, Alex. Yeah. And also, I wanted to mention, we were talking about people having to have open minds, and Rotary always has the doors open. Well, there was one time they did not, and that was when they had the doors closed for women. And when I came in, I didn't push myself in. Somebody invited me. And I was the first woman of the New York Rotary Club. But I found out later, before they even knew me, they just knew a woman was coming in. Quite a few of the men quit the club. So I didn't know this. And after I was taken in, when I went to my first meeting, nobody would talk to me. But that didn't deter me because I understand people. And the thing is, if you think of the other person and what you can give them, it always wins. So I found out, instead of quitting and getting insulted, I found out what they needed in that club. And what they kept talking about and what they needed was public relations. So what I did was I went to the microphone and I made an announcement that I was going to start a committee, a public relations committee, because that's part of what I do. And I thought they were going to be so excited. And I told the members after the luncheon meeting to meet me out in the lobby. Not one person met me, but that didn't deter me. So what I did was I went down to a cable TV studio. I knew the owner because I had been on that in that studio before. I had done some things with him. And I wanted to create a video about New York Rotary Club. When I called up each person to interview them, and they know they were going to be on television, they ran down. That's when they got excited, because it's always making people feel important. And it turned out to be 4 videotapes. It was a series. So many people wanted to be on it, and they would tell what they did, why they joined Rotary. I had people come down who we did projects with. They talked about their projects. I had the young people. It turned out to be 4 videotapes, and it was on television for 13 years on PBS. So the trick there was, what do people need? If you give them what they need, they're happy with you. If you make them feel important, they're happy with you. But there were a couple of other women.
I love your philosophy. I love your philosophy. You remember the Jungle Book Kipling? And what does this little baby loves? Cat's tail, soft cat's tail.
So there's always a way. Always a way. But I know women who came in, they got insulted, they quit before they even got to know anybody. It's ridiculous. It's the negotiation, you know, but you have to be sincere. That's the whole thing. Really have to, I really wanted to make it work. So I think that works for a lot of things in a lot of situations. And yes, Matt and I always work well together, and Sandra is always there, and she's the force in the background, and now she's come to the foreground. Sandra would not join Rotary until she knew that, what was it, that women were going to not
There
be
was going to be a woman international president.
right, exactly. And she stuck to her words.
Well, almost. It wasn't until Ann Matthews convinced me that I had to join. She was the
Yeah.
vice president at the time.
Otherwise, she wouldn't have joined until 2 years ago.
Yeah, see what I would have missed.
Ну, if you let me just a couple of minutes. Друзья, вот сейчас две эти дамы рассказали нам философию Ротари. Да, дружба, да, были все открыты в Ротари. Это история Ротари. Но была одна несправедливость, это рассказывала Хелен. До тех пор, пока не стали разрешать быть членами Ротари женщин. Она была первая женщина у себя. Но когда там узнали, что скоро будет женщина, несколько мужчин покинули. Какое-то время в Германии, я знаю, женщин не пустили. You know that in Germany there are still clubs that do not allow women, Rotary clubs. I know. Even today. Но что она сделала? Когда она первый раз пришла, она сидела, она слышала довольно и негативные высказывания в сторону. Она записала у себя на блокнотике все вот эти пункты. А потом по окончании Ротари заседания вышла и стала читать, что она может дать этому клубу. Первое, второе, третье. Одно из них было, у нее был знакомый телевизионщик, ну, типа в студии, как у нас где-то, города, края. Она с ним договорилась, что она возьмет... Да, перед этим интересно, она попросила, кого увидела оживление в зале, все захотели, чтобы о них услышали. Останьтесь после Ротари, кого интересует. Остался один человек. Все равно, но ее игнорировали. Но когда она провела, все побежали на запись, хотели, чтобы их увидели по телевизору. 4 там вместо 1-4 часа они накрутили этих самых. Все были... Вот тогда все и поняли, что такое пиар. Она возглавила пиар, в общем-то, она с тех пор его возглавляет. При этом она обернулась к Сандре и сказала: Сандра, ты тоже стала не так давно ротарианкой, 2 или 3 года тому назад. Только когда, ну, при этом сказала, что она та сила, которая стоит за Мэтсом. То есть мы, женщины, много можем. Но когда мы все вместе, и когда мы знаем, что клуб хочет и как этого добиваться, вот тогда уже перед нами никаких преград, никаких проблем не будет уже стоять. Вот если кратко.
You know, I see this as a cultural problem, not a Rotary problem.
Women, you mean?
Похоже, что это проблема, не ротарианская проблема.
Okay, Mikhailo, do you have anything you want to say?
Nothing, not yet.
Nothing.
Михаил спрашивает, ну ты
Not
можешь
yet.
что-то сказать? Нет еще, ну у него ночь глубокая.
He is speechless. Okay, Jan, do you have anything you want to say?
Well, I should just say my grandparents came from Minsk and Pinsk, and they were not Rotarians. They had to flee from the Tsar because they opposed the Tsar. But I've always felt a connection to things Russian because they would speak Russian to me and translate it into Yiddish, which is why I don't know that much Russian and I don't know that much Yiddish, but I have been to Russia, and you know, it's another culture and a very very proud culture which doesn't get the respect that it should get.
Ну, вот сейчас Мэтт с каждого дергает. Хотел бы он что-нибудь, наверное, в заключение сказать. Ну, Михаил, так сказать, еще не проснулся. А вот Ян сказал, что ему в силу своей работы с эмигрантами, которые желают ехать, очень приходится с людьми. И это гордые люди, которые гордятся своей культурой. И культура их явно в мире недооценена. Они очень много рассказывают, почему они эмигрируют. На русском, конечно, что-то я понимаю. Нет, очень многие на идише говорят. Ну, по разным причинам эмигрируют люди. Ну, это прекрасно.
My grandfather was also born in Minsk.
Where?
Minsk,
Минск.
Minsk-Bornica, or something like that.
Похоже, если я поняла, отец у него в Минске был, родился.
I think it's Yiddish for being born in Minsk. But he was quite a character. He used to steal cattle from the Tsar, and then the following morning he sold it back to them.
Интересный, конечно, по характеру был человек. Мог делать, так сказать, семена, так сказать, отделять, но иногда по утрам сеял не то.
He was a friend of Lenin and Trotsky also.
Он
No, it's
дружил
interesting.
с Лениным и Троцким.
But I think he did it one time too many, because then he had to flee to Poland and he ended up in America.
Ну,
I
я
have
думаю,
a
что
friend, I have a
он
friend whose father came from Russia. She came from Russia, and he passed away last year. And she asked me if I would edit the memoirs. And here I am, right next to me here is this, the siege of Leningrad. He was involved in that. He was involved
Друзья,
in
да
that.
ты кого ни копни, у них у всех русские корни.
I am sitting here editing that.
Там тоже у Хелен русские корни. Вот она пишет мемуары о Ленинграде, как было о блокаде Ленинграда. Ну, в общем-то, Мэтц подшутил над своей женой, Ленин и Троцкий. Он выбрал на одного друга себе больше. Лучше бы с кем-то одним остался. Тогда бы не пришлось ему бежать из страны.
Yeah. So, Ed, did you want to say something?
Well, one of the things that what you're going to find from Zoom is that you can actually have projects in other countries where you're actually working with other Rotarians. And behind here is a scene from Guatemala, actually, where we were actually building schools, and Rotarians were taking us to different places. And so it's really unique that we can do this. A lot of times in Rotary, some of the money we put in just goes to an NGO who end up spending it, but we really don't have that connection. And so with Zoom, there's a really possibility here that you can get projects going. And once you start working with other Rotarians and get to know them, it's pretty incredible. So we'll have maybe once a month or once every couple months, we'll have a Zoom meeting with Rotarians in Guatemala. And it's pretty hard to not like people when you start working with them.
Exactly.
So it's quite a peaceful way of doing things.
Zoom is wonderful in many ways, I think.
Yes, but I think that's a vehicle that we haven't explored yet.
Yes, a very fine vehicle and an instrument. You can all. Асанна была, то есть восхваление Зуму. Он рассказывал, что он с Гватемалой со школами делает. Одно дело, когда раньше не было Зума, мы должны были ехать на место, смотреть, с кем мы имеем дело, а сейчас уже можно все это решить в Зуме, по-дружески, как будто бы ты уже где-то побывал. Мы выделяем гранты, деньги, у нас НКО, NGOs, некоммерческим организациям, и уже зная с кем, глядя на людей, и с помощью их посмотреть на места, где мы будем делать проекты, мы это делаем. You know what? You might as well. It would be just what our Irv was saying, going back to the very beginning of Rotary, professionals and business people. And that's who we have based on these things. We in my club have professionals, business people, well, maybe some private, some bureaucrats, that is, who work for the administration or something. But let's say that they're professionals in some areas. But in Russia, we also would like to have projects, scientists, scholars, I know Vadim, he's a scientist. He would be happy to have, I do remember in Vancouver, we had one of the world congresses of aquariums, and that's exactly what he's involved in. He is a marine biologist. So why not have some project between marine biologists and aquariums? Because our aquarium, we call it oceanarium, it has a lot of educational things for kids. Hands-on, they come and work there. Think about that, Ed. Maybe we can get together with our club as well. And we are looking between people of business. This is also peace. We cannot work when they, you know, when the missiles are flying or somebody is bashing. We need peace to do that.
Exactly.
Vadim speaks English. Maybe you can tell us about what tells.
He
tell
can
us something.
slow, but he can tell you himself.
Yes,
Я
that's what I'm saying.
Скажите, Вадим, я рассказала, что мы были 3 года назад в Ванкувере на Всемирной, и очень хорошо могли бы с Эдом Томпсоном что-то сделать для океанариумов двух, допустим, не только для детей, школьников, начальных школ, как Гватемала, но и для ученых. Если у нашего Пола Харриса Rotary состоят из людей бизнеса и профессионалов, почему бы не работать вот с такими людьми, как вы, как Олег, другие люди?
Dear friends, my English is not fluent because I ask Evgenia translate some my words.
I understand very well what you're saying.
I understand you.
Me too.
Thank you. Наш клуб еще очень молодой, и мы учимся, в том числе эта встреча принесла лично для меня кое-что новое. Мне очень понравились
very
слова.
young, we are still learning, and even this meeting brought a lot of new things to me. Продолжайте.
Мне очень понравились слова Ирва Каплана о том, что строить мир во всем мире мы можем в том числе и через укрепление профессиональных контактов.
And what you say, everyone says, you, Irv, and you, Ed, and others, that we can build peace through strengthening our professional and business contacts. That's what I liked very much.
Absolutely. Here's my mother's nationality. Can you see
Here's
it?
Irv's mother's
Can't
passport
read
he's
it.
holding up.
Нашел свидетельство о рождении, но я не вижу, кто видит.
Я,
Посмотрите.
к сожалению,
Oh,
тоже
well,
не вижу.
Very interesting.
that's okay.
We
Blow it up.
believe you.
Свои
Not for a moment we doubted you. We believe you.
If I didn't have this, I wouldn't even know.
Там даже
Еще
я
несколько слов.
вписан. Он говорит, я сказала, мы верим вам, мы ни минуту не сомневались, но я не вижу.
Glad
Is anybody here involved with the Peace Fellows? Are any of the clubs involved with the Peace Fellows?
It was Vadim finished. He was saying something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Еще несколько слов.
Продолжайте.
Somewhat more. В своей профессиональной деятельности мне пришлось взаимодействовать, в том числе и с американскими специалистами from Georgia Aquarium, Monterey Bay Aquarium, Сан-Диего и другими. И вот вы знаете, я почувствовал вот очень большое такое желание и открытость со стороны американских коллег искренне помогать нам, когда мы начинали наш проект. Вот. И я думаю, что такие контакты, сейчас мы хотим их возобновить, они будут полезны и в том числе будут укреплять и мир между нашими странами. Спасибо.
Very briefly, you have heard the names, San Diego, Georgia, Monterey Bay, Canada. Those were the places he visited and worked with the experts from the aquariums located there. And he felt all the friendship, all the good-heartedness and their desire to work together. For some time, we collaborated, then somehow, and hopefully we might resume our cooperation thanks to Rotary. It's also peace building, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Thanks to it, we'll do it together.
My
Mhm.
niece is working on her doctorate in oceanography in California, not in San Diego. Where is it, Mats?
It's more, it's on the peninsula. It's I forgot the name, but it's on the coast, not far from San Jose, actually. It's I could look it up on the map there, but
Они пытаются вспомнить где-то вот еще, то ли Сан-Хосе, то ли где-то. И в Сан-Диего пытались уточнить, где конкретно находится.
Anyway, working on her doctorate.
I would like everyone to know that there was an agreement between Gorbachev and Reagan years ago to bring a Russian aircraft into Chicago for the first time in 1989 with educational people, political people, and military people. We had close to 90 Russians come here from the Soviet Republic, actually from Russia. And they stayed in Chicago. And I want you to know that myself and another co-chair found homes for all these visitors. Flowers were given when they landed, and tears were shed when they left. The people just loved each other, and I'm serious about that. To this day, they remember who was in their house. That's the beauty of life when people visit from other countries, other professions, even politicians. It didn't matter. They got together as human beings it was under the Rotary flag, but it could have been anything. So I just thought I'd tell you that I was the co-chair for that. It was on television, it was on radio, it was everywhere. And they just fell in love, and that's the way it works. So that
Politicians are also people. Politicians are also people.
Yeah, it really happened.
Sometimes.
1989.
yeah, I know some nice politicians, actually.
Он сказал, в 89 году целый самолет, 90 человек. По договоренности между Горбачевым и, так сказать, американским президентом Рональдом Рейганом, по-моему, прилетели в Чикаго. А их разобрали по квартирам. Он рассказывает, что их встречали с улыбками и провожали и с цветами. Провожали и с цветами, и со слезами. Влюбились в них все. Там были и профессионалы, и ученые, и люди из газет, газетчики, и даже политики. Я пошутила, политики тоже люди. Он говорит, и некоторые из них даже хорошие бывают. Ну, в общем, дружить мы умеем, и это показали. Все вместе. Жить в мире.
See, there is something that I've been involved with, and that's Rotary exchanges. So, and there's maybe a possibility that we could have a Rotary exchange between clubs in Vladivostok and other clubs in North America. Start with Winnipeg, our district.
Idea, good idea. Ed, you're very practically minded, I'll translate. Мы очень хорошо дружили, делая обмены ротарианские. Как вы думаете, Эд говорит, он Виннипег, Канада. Можем ли мы сейчас проводить обмены? Я говорю, ты очень практически мыслишь. Что я могу ответить на этот вопрос, исходя из ковида? Ковид сейчас главное препятствие. Мы можем делать такие обмены людьми? Их очень не хватает, он говорит.
Я думаю, что только когда закончится эпидемия, мы сможем возобновить личные обмены.
Если она будет продолжаться годами, до 24-го, до 25-го уже. You know, we are discussing, the answer is yes, 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 but COVID situation. And Vadim already said, it's not just saying, it's a word. as long as we are living under the restrictions of the COVID, how can we do that? I say, but what it will end forever? Now we have prognosis that the COVID will live with it as far as 2025 and maybe later. I think we should think of something. What do you think, Ed? They are in favor of that, but the only restriction, COVID, and the no borders, the borders are closed. And the example of that, there's another element, maybe political element. It is next to impossible to obtain visas for to the US, even to the Houston Convention. Maybe with Canada, it's a little bit different. I don't know. This is the answer to you.
Well, it's something we could look at.
Я сказала, дала развернутый ответ, ну и добавила, что знаете, мы готовы, да, но он говорит, и второе, мы бы готовы были даже на конвенцию, но в Хьюстон мы не можем приехать, практически невозможно, может быть, в Канаду иначе. То есть вот и смотрите сами, ковид, а так за обмены. Вы согласны с мной?
Well, what I can see is that we can at least talk together like we're doing now. There's no restriction on that. And
but you know what? As Helen just said, and we all support it. Thanks, hallelujah, Asana to Zoom, MS Teams, and so on. But we look at each other once, twice, and what goes next? We would like to have something tangible, to see people, to see the country, to do something. One thing is the other is doing. You understand me? Я сказала, вот мы сейчас только сказали, вы сказали, что как хорошо друг друга в Zoom, MS Team, но ведь мы уже хотим реально потрогать, побывать.
Знаете, во сколько воды занимает в последнее время?
Are your students in school? They primarily secondary.
There's a background noise here, if you can mute yourself.
Лена, вы что-то хотели сказать?
Сейчас, Виталий, будьте добры, у меня просьба такая. Евгения Викторовна, конечно, я думаю, что обменные вот эти программы можно возобновить при соблюдении всех требований. Если вот со стороны какие-то предложения, да, вот, конечно, мы встретим, мы организуем встречу и, ну, скажем так, постараемся на интересующиеся вот такие вот моменты найти ответы, помочь, тут, в общем, сопроводить. Мне кажется, это вполне возможно. Это же небольшие группы.
My president, just like you, Ed, you said we'll look into that. That's in other words, but that's what she said. Of course, small groups. We are discussing small, not huge groups. It could be arranged, given we observe all the limitations or restrictions, I mean COVID. It is possible, yes.
Well, in our district, we have a Rotary exchange coordinator. And so then he gets most of the information of what's required. And then we try to work with another coordinator someplace else. And I think with another district. So it's usually, it could be 7 to 12 people that could go on exchange.
Exactly. No
more. And so if we were going to Vladivostok, I would be one of the ones who would sign up. So.
Ну, первое, он сказал, что у них есть в каждом округе свой координатор по обменам, человек 7, ну, в пределах 10 можно. Как говорится, можно, я первым подпишусь на поездку во Владивосток.
Ed is in Canada, so
And a menu.
what? Ed is in
A menu.
Yeah, Ed is in Canada, so it's a different laws than
Rules.
in America. So that may be more doable also.
You mean
Well, we
more
could show 'em
doable in
across.
Canada than in the US?
Yeah, Canada is a different country, so they have their
I
own.
know.
They have their own foreign policy.
Yeah.
I know. Though my daughter lives in Canada and my grandchildren are Americans. I know.
I thought they were in. They were in Alaska. I thought they were in Anchorage. Anchorage is not Canada.
That's US.
That's US. Yeah. Yeah.
Very, you know, Whitehorse is very close
Yeah.
to them.
Right. That's
I know.
Canada. Yeah.
It's Canada.
Yeah. That's right. So
Anyway, so there's there's a distinction there, a positive distinction.
so
Yes.
so what I need to know is there someone that we can contact at Vladivostok for exchange at some point?
I think I will ask my president. You will be contacting her. The
Okay.
procedure. I will be standing behind, helping to interpret. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And of course
Евгения
we.
Викторовна, можно я добавлю?
Я
Мы
сказала, что
составим-
как положено, я дам ваш контакт. Он попросил контакт, а я буду стоять за вами и помогать с переводом. Пожалуйста, продолжайте.
Да, спасибо, Евгения Викторовна. Мы, конечно, составив, когда уже будут конкретные у нас вот мероприятия по, ну вот, по нашей тематике, мы вышлем список этих мероприятий, даты их проведения. Если возникнет желание со стороны наших друзей, конечно, мы обеспечим, скажем так, поможем и примем.
Мероприятия, конечно, вы имеете в виду типа международных мероприятий.
Нет, я имею в виду, есть, вот мы будем давать информацию на интересные наши мероприятия, которые будем проводить во Владивостоке. Потому что вот я вижу интерес
Остановитесь.
к приезду во
You know
Владивосток.
what? Lena gave a good idea. If you are interested, we'll be sending you information about the events that might be of interest to you, so that well in advance, so that you could consider when and where to come. Since we are from Vladivostok, we'll be sending you what happens in Vladivostok. I know for sure that the event number one and Bill Borum already indicated that he would love to come there very much. This is September, the Eastern Economic Forum, but this is politics, you know.
Yeah.
And this is not exactly in our hands. We are not responsible for that. It's at level. But we could also look into it. But we have contacts, just like we all have. We could look into it, whether we could at least arrange for those, just like regular tourists, just the permits. You may come to Vladivostok, but you may not, you won't be allowed to come to the Ruski Island where the forum is taking place. So we could also look into it. But besides, we may have our own Rotary events. There are 4 clubs in Vladivostok. You might be interested just to visit Vladivostok and the Primorsky Krai alone.
Yeah, I mean, you, Ed, and Evgenia, and we are classmates, so we have our contact information, so we can easily reach each other. So, because we were all governors the same year.
Yeah.
14. You know what? One warning: our information has been hacked. Carolyn Jones, you know, our counterpart, you know, Carolyn Jones from Alaska. She warned me, be very careful. Our boxes, our mail have been hacked. And sometimes I am receiving the fraudulent suggestions, offerings. But the main thing is, have you received grant from the government? Have you heard that government is giving free grant or something like that? I don't know how to make sure that you, Ed, this is you. I started to be very cautious from whom I received letters already.
Mhm. Well, are you getting, I sent you an email, so you'll have to check and see whether you got it or not.
Yes, I got it.
Okay,
But
good. But you never respond.
because of that, because at the same time, I received a couple in my Skype and even not Telegram or some other fraudulent letters. I'm already afraid.
Mm.
Yes, I got it. Yes.
Good. Good.
Good that you confirmed. I'll answer you now.
Okay.
Now that you know
Я
it's not
сказала, что я
poison.
получаю много фальшивых писем, и меня предупреждали американцы, что у них, и я сказала Каролин Джонс, взламывают ящики и от их имени шлют нам почту, мне, например. Ну, ты понимаешь, что мошенник. You know, all those frauds start the same greetings. How you doing? How you?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a cliche. How you doing? So,
Yeah.
You just don't say yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we live in a turbulent world, but
yes.
it's amazing that we can have this fellowship together across the borders in different parts of the world. It's inconvenient to be up at 2 in the morning, but otherwise it's, you know, the world is round and but we are getting together and it's seamless, and we've been doing it for an hour and a half. And I think this is a great, maybe a month from now we can get together again if you,
yeah, in a month.
in a month, and I have this recorded, so I will send you all a copy of this recording so you can analyze and learn from this. And I send Evgeny, I send you a copy of the previous recording also.
And I'll give it to my, yes.
Everyone here is welcome to my house in Chicago.
Друзья, вы все приглашены в его дом в Чикаго. Он вас будет.
Irv's got a big house and he's making additions to it also.
У него очень большой дом, но ради этого он даже его еще расширит.
Then you can see the cemetery and and Commons Bank.
Comley Bank. Yeah.
That's my Rotary humor. Come to Chicago and I'll take you to the cemetery.
Они шутят друг над другом. Он живет в таком месте, что она говорит, он расширит до кладбища. Он на нее замахал рукой и говорит, а мне нравится там жить. Ну, кто захочет? Вы знаете, я знала людей русских, которые любили ходить по красивым кладбищам, смотреть памятники. I knew even Russian people who loved to visit cemeteries and watch the statues, the tombs. It's culturally, it's the culture.
History.
It's
Well,
history.
we visit our founder there, Paul Harris.
Yeah, and we have a.
As soon as the weather gets nice, Paul is looking forward to seeing us.
Ну, зато Пола Харриса можно тоже там могилу увидеть. Он ведь сам из Чикаго. Ну вот, посмеялись. Можете согласиться.
And we have a Rotary Walk of Fame there also, where there are tiles with people's names on them. And my name is also on there. That's the only cemetery where my name is on right now.
Oh yes, while you're alive.
И его тоже, я название не расслышала, где-то имя выбито, но где только покой уже. Он говорит, я еще жив, а мое имя уже где-то выбито. Ну. Well, thank you very much. You know such an icon.
Well, thank you,
Mhm.
everybody. Well, we've been talking for an hour and 35 minutes, but it's been going very fast. So I thought
Mhm.
we been very enjoyable. So I want to thank
Mhm.
everybody. Anybody wants to have any additional comments? Otherwise, we can finish the meeting.
Well, I think
Ни у кого нет.
I think a good start would be to everybody start thinking about a Rotary exchange
Yeah.
between districts.
Thank you. That was a very good idea, and be sure that it's very close to our hearts. We would love to.
And then the other thing that happens when you do something like that is you find out that sometimes they have a project that they would like some support on, and so there's then you've already got something to work on, you know.
Я говорю, что мы изголодались. И в своем заключительном замечании Эд говорит, надо думать об обменах. Я говорю, да, давно пора, мы изголодались по обменам. И можно увидеть, что когда их делаешь, что профессионально мы можем какие-то проекты. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank
You.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, good night.
Thank
Goodbye,
you.
night.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Night. Night.
Get-
Nice seeing you. Thank you.
Yep. And respond to your emails, Gina.
I will, I promise now. I was scared.
Okay.
And happy Chinese New Year to all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
See you at the end. Well, I don't know when, but next month.
next month. Yeah. Okay.
You know, on China, I should send you I have a video of the Chinese New Year's, of the firework program that they had. It's fantastic. The stuff that they're doing, it's incredible. So I'll send it to you, Matt, and you can look at it.
Хотите посмотреть
Okay.
Новый год в Китае? Ему прислали недавно. Попросить, чтобы, ну, он предложил сказать, да, прислать. Вы будете смотреть? Фантастический новый год празднования.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. We're going to
Yes.
end the meeting now.
Please send and I share it with the club.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.